Hello people, this is Jason of Video.Shock, so welcome to my first video of 2019, staring at my PlayStation 2. No. You can tell by the title of this video, that's not going to be the case. And yes, I have a flashlight with me because, look at this. Can you not see that? Yeah. And I'm using my phone because I can't find an actual flashlight. So there's my PlayStation 2 that I've had since a child, pretty much. My parents got this in, I think, 2005, and still my childhood PS2, and yeah, God raise. But no. I'm going to be doing a collection video on all my PlayStation 2 games. So, here's my PlayStation 2 that have... I know, I'm repeating myself, but bear with me. But I got 2 controllers and 4 memory cards. That's it. So, I'd say my PlayStation... Not my PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 is my second favorite console of the 6th generation behind the original Xbox. So where's that collection I was talking about? Let me just put the flashlight down. It is all the way over here. Here are all my PlayStation 2 games. 3 full towers of them. Let's see. I have 74 PlayStation 2 games. Actually, I have 72 because there is a game that is missing in this collection, and one of these cases doesn't even have a game in it. So that won't count. So anyway, so now, let's start. And now, let's begin. So, for my PlayStation 2 games, I have a lot of duologies, and a few trilogies, and a couple of quadrologies. So, these aren't in alphabetical order, but I have these, like, basically in whatever order I decided. But any of the duologies, trilogies, or quadrologies, I'll mention as the series. Alright, so anyways, let's start. So starting with the first game is Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. Yeah, what a great place to start. But seriously, Ghost Recon Jungle Storm, I suck at the Ghost Recon games. To this day, I still have not gotten past the first mission in this game. Actually, I've gotten to the third mission in the first game, but I suck at these games. I suck at squad strategy, tactic shooters, whatever. And the thing that I like about this one is really not really the gameplay itself, but one of your partners, like compadres, is named Gribble. And every single time I would just yell at him like, Gribble! Gribble! What are you doing? You idiot Gribble! Go that way! Go this way! Shoot this guy! Do something, Gribble! I just liked it because of Gribble. And the next is Lego Star Wars, a game that is very synonymous with a lot of people's childhoods. And it's not really as synonymous with mine, because actually it kind of is. I'm lying. But Lego Star Wars, I think this was the Lego game that made the Lego games take off and success, because now we have all these Lego games. Like, pick a theme. Do you like Star Wars? Do you like DC Comics? Do you like Marvel? What? I still think Lego Star Wars is one of the better ones. That and Complete Saga. And I also have that game on the original Xbox, which I'm currently doing a Let's Play on that game on the original Xbox. Alright, the next is Drom Racers. And guess what? If you couldn't tell that this was a Lego game by that little Lego logo down right here, you might not have ever guessed that this is a Lego game at all. Because even from gameplay, it doesn't seem like Lego games. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Lego Racers, but with drones or whatever. I don't know exactly what it means. I haven't played the game enough to see what it means. The next is Ace Combat 4: Shattered Skies, and this game is a dog fighting game with planes. Like a lot of games that are out there. I know Ace Combat 7 is coming out later this month, which is great because that game has taken forever to even come out. And I want to play some more of this game because who doesn't love planes? And next is Nicktoons Unite, which is actually not that bad of a licensed game. It's basically a beat 'em up where you play as Spongebob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, and Danny Phantom. You know, classic Nickelodeon characters. And you just going around to destroy the Doomsday device against Mr. Crocker, Professor Calamitous, I think, from Jimmy Neutron, Vlad from Danny Phantom, and then Plankton from SpongeBob. I might actually play this some more because I'm almost done with it, and I might finish it in tribute to Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob. The next is Midnight Club Street Racing. One of the launch titles for the PlayStation 2, and it's a game by R-Star. It's Rockstar! I'm sorry, it's Rockstar. My bad. Yeah, Midnight Club, it just seems like a pretty typical racing game. It's just by Rockstar, so it has that kind of Rockstar edge to it. It's like, you know, gangs and whatnot. Because you know the rules. There are no rules. There probably are rules because, you know, this is a game. It needs to have rules. Unless your name is Big Rigs. Ha! No. And it's a pretty good game. It's not the best I've ever played. And it's not Rockstar's worst by any means, but that's a pretty good Rockstar game. Then next is Cars. And this game does not work for me. So I have no idea how this ever plays. I mean, look at that. I mean, I know you can see the camera, but look at how bad the scratches are on that. So I don't know how this game plays. Or it's probably like a racing game. And another Cars game, but this one actually works. Cars Mater National Championship. And this game, it's okay. It's an okay game. Okay racing game. Just there's really like no challenge to it whatsoever. Because I was able to beat this game, I think in like, what, 3 hours? Or 4? I'm not sure. But it's a really, really easy game. And you can play as Mike and Sully from Monster Trucks Inc., which is a game that doesn't even exist, by the way. It maybe it existed on some old PC website that I don't know anymore. Alright, and the next is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2002. Who cares? Okay, no. All seriousness, I actually like golf, so I actually got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2002 at a Savers literally yesterday. And yeah, I like golf. I'm sorry, people, but I like golf. I mean, the disc is kind of scratched, but it's fine. I just tried it yesterday. It's fine. Happy New Year's, guys. But yeah, I like golf. I like mini golf more than actual golf, but if you like golf, I'd say go for any of these. I also have 2004 on the GameCube. Alright, the next is The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. The only game you will ever see based on a movie that won the Oscar for Best Picture. Probably that and The Godfather. But Return of the King, I haven't played this game yet. I watched my brother play it a few times. It's a beat 'em up. We just go through Return of the King's story, I think, where you destroy it! The ring is mine. No! Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop doing that. And then next is a bunch of loose discs. So, let's see. These do not work, but I have ATV Off-Road Fury and Greatest Hits, and a Greatest Hits copy of Star Wars Starfighter. And both these do not work. This is my childhood copy of ATV Off-Road Fury, and then Starfighter, I never played this game. I have it on Xbox, but that doesn't work. And then I have a random copy of Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest for some reason. I'm sorry, I just left it in there. I don't know why. Alright, next is, hey, come on over. It's time to have some fun with Crazy Taxi. Yeah, Crazy Taxi. I mean, who doesn't love this game? This game is awesome. It's so dumb, but you just can't help but love it. Just going around like shut up! And just shut up, sit down, and we'll get you to your Pizza Hut. And my god. Crazy Taxi. If I had played this in the arcades, I would have loved it, but sadly, I don't think there's any arcades around that have the game now, but if I was to play it in the arcades back in, 1999, I probably would have loved it. Alright, the next is, let's see, ATV Off-Road Fury, ATV Off-Road Fury 2, ATV Off-Road Fury 3, and ATV Off-Road Fury 4. Yeah, I got every single ATV Off-Road Fury game. And this has been just my second copy of Off-Road Fury. One of the reasons why I got this entire series was because I wanted to try it. Because the first one I'm nostalgic for, because I had this as a child, and like I said, my other disc didn't work. So I got another copy, and now one of the reasons why I like this was for me just go into free mode and just fly off my four-wheeler, because when you fall off, when you hit the ground, you go, ooh, And I think all of them do that. So that is really the big reason why I wanted this. I like ATV racing games, but I don't know. That seems like a series that I'd see coming back, maybe. Alright, the next is Mojo. This is my only game that is sealed. See? Legit seal. Not fake at all. So, I don't plan on ever opening this. I have this game on the Xbox, so if you want to know my thoughts, I'll do my original Xbox collection sometime in the future. But just to get it, if you want to know what kind of game it is, it's basically like it's a puzzle game where you move a ball around to destroy all kinds of colored blocks. Alright, the next is another childhood game of mine, Pinball, Hall of Fame, the Gottlieb collection. This game I'm so nostalgic for. I do have my original PS2 copy in here, but that doesn't work. So then I got an original Xbox copy, and that worked, and then eventually I found another PS2 copy for really cheap at one of my local stores that I go to, Bull Moose. And yeah, I got plenty of games from Bull Moose and one of my local used game stores, Core Gaming. And if you watch my haul videos, you'll know what I mean. But Pinball Hall of Fame Gottlieb collection. So let's see. So in this one, let's see, we got Ace High, Central Park, Big Shot, Genie, Black Hole, Victory, and Teed Off. And my favorite ones in this are, I'd say, Genie and Black Hole, because Genie, I like the table design in that, and Black Hole, I like space. But I'm sure it's not the most accurate representation of pinball, because the game ever is. Am I right? Alright, the next is Buzz Jr. Jungle Party and Buzz the Mega Quiz. Now, I am missing a game from these. I am missing Buzz Jr. Robo Jam, which is in my vacation home, I think in somewhere up north. Not in Canada, but in New Hampshire. So yeah, I'd say Robo Jam is my favorite out of these. But if you play these with the family, I know the Buzz games, oh my god, this is the kids game. This suck. They're just for kids. But no, if you actually play this with the family, I'm sure you'll have a good time, because I've had plenty of fun with these games with my family, even though my Buzz controllers keep messing up for some reason. They continue to stop working for some reason. Alright, the next is Spider-Man 3. Haven't played it. Sure it's like the other Spider-Man games, just not as good, just like the movie. Alright, the next is Gran Turismo 3, A-Spec, and Gran Turismo 4. I haven't gotten extensively into the Gran Turismo games. I want to. It's just controls are really, really stiff. I mean, I get it. There's simulations of authentic racing, because oh my god, look at this car, look at how authentic it is. Look at this, the parts are working perfectly, the wheels are going in this direction flawlessly. I don't care about that. I just want to race. And I'd say these are good games. They're not the best racing games I've ever played, but they're fun games to play for 10 minutes, I'd say. I know, I probably made a lot of people mad over that. I'm sorry. Alright, then the last game in this first pile, if the camera can focus, there we go, is Siphon Filter Omega Strain. And I haven't played this game yet, so can't tell you anything. I've heard it's the weakest out of all the Siphon Filter games, but that's just all I've heard, and it got greatest hits. Alright, so now on to the second pile. So the first game in the second pile is Spy Hunter, which I think is supposed to be a remake of the original game in the arcades. I'm not sure, but from what I played so far, it seems pretty cool, because you're in this car, you got guns, shoot at people with those guns, and since you're a spy hunter, you're probably a spy in the car, and you got helicopters up there who are probably government officials who are also spies. Whoa, spyception almost, huh? But yeah, I'm sure it's a really good game. I don't know, because I haven't played the original arcade version, so I don't know what exactly it's like. And then here's my original copy of Pinball Hall of Fame, the Gottlieb collection. But this one is missing the manual, and this disc, I don't know if you could see, but it is completely destroyed. Like, I love that game to death, pretty much. Alright, next is Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 3, and Pac-Man World Rally. Now, I'd say Pac-Man World 2 is actually a really fun, underrated 3D platformer. And I love the first game more. I actually have a Let's Play of the first game on my channel, but the second game is pretty good. I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm getting there. And then Pac-Man World 3 it's a decent game. 2 is better, but 3 is decent. I mean, because the voice acting is really, really weird and kind of unnecessary and not the best. And there's kind of some weird things about the game that just don't really seem like Pac-Man. But other than that, it's a decent game. And World Rally is actually a pretty good racing game. I mean, because everyone says I think like if your racing game is not Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, or Diddy Kong Racing, no one will like you. But this is a good racing game, along with another racing game, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. That's another really good racing game. But I'd say go for any of those games. It's worth a shot. The next is Power Rangers Dino Thunder. I've never played this game because, shocker of all, no, there's no disc. I never had a disc, so I don't even know why I have this game. Alright, next is Disney's Treasure Planet, which is a 3D platformer that I think takes the plot of the movie. I mean, I know it's a 3D platformer, but it takes the plot of the movie pretty much and extends it to a game. I mean, I like the Disney movie. It's not amazing by any means, but it's a good movie. Kind of a shame that it flopped hard at the box office, but yeah, I'm not talking about the movie. I could probably explain the movie in some other video if I talked about movies, but we're talking about the game, and the game's pretty good. It's basically like a collectathon platformer where you play as, what's his name from the movie? Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character from the movie. Oh, Jim Hawkins. There we go. So you play as Jim Hawkins, and you get to do like the activities, and you have to do the stuff from the movie, and just go around doing the plot of the movie in different spots. And it's developed by Bizarre Creations, who did the Project Gotham racing games on the original Xbox. Which is cool. I'd say that's another pretty good game as well. It's pretty good. What is it? Surprisingly, that they actually got the cast from the movie. They got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like I said, and they got Martin Short, I think. All right, next is Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy, Jak 2, and Jak 3. Now, the Jak and Daxter series, oh my god, this is such a good series. I mean, I don't know which one I would say is the best. I'd say Jak 3 is the best. I know people say, oh, which is the best one, Jason? Jak Daxter, Jak 2, or Jak 3? I can't decide. I'd say Jak 3 is the best. The problem with Jak 2, I'd say, is, of course, the difficulty. This game is way too hard for its own good. Like, I think if the game was toned down in difficulty, I think it would be fine. Luckily, that's why I like Jak 3, because it fixed that, and I like Jak and Daxter because it's just a simple collectathon platformer by these guys, Naughty Dog. They continue to do good stuff. Like, I love the Uncharted games. That's my favorite series out of anything Naughty Dog has done. I mean, these games are not my favorite 3D platformers on the PS2, but you'll get to my favorites soon enough, I'm sure. Get up there. Get up. Come on. Alright, next is Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, which is actually not that bad of a Star Wars game. I haven't played this version. I have the original Xbox version. And I'd say it's a pretty decent beat 'em up. Just playing as Anakin and Obi-Wan, and you just slashing droids like you would in the movie. That's all I have to say. I'd say it's as good as the movie. Alright, then speaking of Naughty Dog, we got Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, and Crash to Insanity. I know these games were not made by Naughty Dog, but it's Crash. I'm probably one of the few people on the planet who thinks that Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex is a good game, but it has some problems. Like, what's it? The bosses are meh, they're not that great. What else? What else is it that people are complaining about with Wrath of Cortex? Why is it? Come on, Jason. It's blanking. All right, I'll get to Wrath of Cortex, but Twin Sanity is. I like Twin Sanity more than Wrath of Cortex. I'm sure a lot of people like Twin Sanity over Wrath of Cortex because of a lot of things. I like the open world stuff in this game, and I like the humor. Surprisingly, how like weird this game is because it's so weird. I can't help but like laugh at the humor. Surprisingly, and that's a thing. And then Wrath of Cortex, the bosses aren't that great. The gameplay is fine. It's typical Crash gameplay. But yeah, I can't explain it for some reason. It's blanking on me, but I like Wrath of Cortex. I know a lot of people don't like Wrath of Cortex, but I'm probably one of the few people on the planet who likes Wrath of Cortex. I wouldn't say it's better than like say the Insane Trilogy, which is way better, but still. Alright, next is Strike Force Bowling, which is a bowling game. Ha, surprise. Probably not, but Strike Force Bowling, I'd say this is a pretty good bowling game. I'd say if you turn your brain off a bit and just say like it doesn't compare to Wii Sports, because what can compare to Wii Sports? Bowling, but yeah, it has some pretty fun modes in this. Like there's golf mode and there is a stocks mode, I think, and obviously typical stuff in a bowling game. But I'd say that's not bad. All right, the next is Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo, a great movie, and this game is meh. Alright, so Finding Nemo is basically you swim around as Nemo, Marlin, or Dory, and you just do mundane tasks from the movie, and you don't even get to do like the fish are friends, not food. But luckily in the game we have Bruce's big smile from the movie. Hello. I mean, you get to do this stuff. I haven't got it, and I have no idea what this stain is, but probably isn't good. And yeah, it's a pretty decent game. It's basically a collect-a-thon. I guess it's not a platformer because how can you platform with fish? Because you just swim around and you do some tasks, and it's relevant to the movie. That's pretty much it. Alright, the next is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. This game is a 3D platformer, and I'd say this is probably one of the best licensed games you can play. Because if you like the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, or if you like SpongeBob, like a lot of people and myself, you'll probably like this game because it follows the movie really well, and except for a few parts. I mean, that's standard for a licensed game, but this is a really good licensed game because you're bigger, better, and more absorbent. Okay, that's not why, but you get to drive the paddy wagon, you get to go through I'm ready, promotion, I'm ready, promotion, and you get to destroy Plankton's big TVs, you get to go with the monsters in the big trench, you get to slide down the trench, and you get to do a lot of stuff, like basically do everything that you can in the movie. Alright, next is The Sims 2. And The Sims Busting Out. Haven't played these games. I don't know if I ever will because not big into simulators. Alright, next is Virtua Fighter 4. One of the few fighting games I have for the PS2. And this I haven't put a lot of time into this yet because I just got it recently, but from what little I've played, it's a really good fighting game. And you get to be this guy, this native, going like, hey, you, yeah, you, I want to punch you in the face. And then there he is, probably punching him in the face. And then this guy kneeing this person. And then who else? This guy, this woman punching this guy. And then was it this guy punching or knuckling this guy? I don't know. It's Virtua Fighter. I don't know. Alright, next is, oh boy. We got Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. And Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Oh my god. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I love this game. This is one of my favorite games on the PS2. Like, I'd say like this entire series is better than the Jak and Daxter series. Like, even though the first game, the only problem with it is that it's a bit too easy, and you die in one hit. But luckily, the game knew about the one hit deaths, and it's a really good game. Like, it basically combines stealth with a 3D platformer, and it's excellent. It's an excellent game. Sly 2, I haven't played this yet, but if you could tell by the fact that Sucker Punch even put in this little map in here, you could tell that it's a good game. I mean, I like Naughty Dog more than Sucker Punch because I haven't played Infamous yet, but this is an excellent game. One of the best games I've played on the PS2. I still want to look for Sly 3. It's just I can't find it anywhere for whatever stupid reason. Alright, next is, oh my god, Frogger, The Great Quest. A 3D platformer on Frogger. Ha! How does that work? It doesn't work that great. Because the controls are kind of delayed. And it's just a really weird game, to be completely honest. Because Frogger's back in full 3D. And you would not expect them to look like this. Like a leapfrog. Ribbit. But no. It's meh. It's an okay game. I wouldn't say it's not garbage, but it's not great by any means. It's meh. That's all I could say. I haven't played it that much, but it's meh so far. Alright, next is another big boy game. Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I don't have San Andreas yet, but I'm still looking out for San Andreas for a good price. But Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Like, some of the most important games on the PS2. Because of like, oh my god, Grand Theft Auto 3. This game made 3D open world games really popular. Well, Mario 64 kind of did, but Grand Theft Auto 3 really took it like a huge step forward. And I really want to get into these games because Vice City and and San Andreas, like, again, like some of the most important games of the 6th generation. Like, these games just speaks for themselves, pretty much. And the fact that they all have like these maps, not maps, maps, but posters in all these games is like you could tell like Rockstar really cares about these games and all their players because, yeah, you can tell like they really love the games because this big open world and you just get to do a lot of stuff in it. All right, and then the last game in the second pile is Fantavision. You're saying that Fanta has vision? No. No. But Fantavision, this is another launch title for the PS2, and it's another really weird game because it's a puzzle game where you're a light, and you're basically, I think, moving around a light to make fireworks explode. I can't really explain it because I still don't know how this game plays yet. It's a weird game. Alright, now it's down to the last pile that I have. And let's see. Here we go. So, first in this last pile is Namco Museum. How can you go wrong with Namco Museum? It's Namco Museum. So let's see. On the back, we have let's see if the camera can focus. There we go. We got Pac-Man, Pac-Man arrangement, Galaga arrangement, Galaga, Dig Dug arrangement, Galaxian, pole position, and pole position 2. Basically a very vanilla Namco Museum. Can't really go wrong with it, and I don't even know why I did that, but hey, look, Pac-Man spinning around. But yeah, I'd say this is a good collection of Namco games. It's very vanilla, and there's some other ones that I would recommend over that, like Namco Museum on the PlayStation 1. But I'd say that's a pretty good place to start if you're looking for a very like vanilla Namco Museum. The next is, speaking of Namco, Tekken 4, my very first Tekken game. And there we go, we got this guy. I think that's Kazuya? Is that his name? Kazuya, I think. Kazuya Mishima. Wait, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. But Tekken 4, another fighting game. And again, I haven't really gotten into this game that much because I got it recently. And yeah, camera focus. There we go. It's just a glare from my lights. Tekken 4 is a good game. I think this is probably one of the more... I think this is one of the more hated Tekken games because for some reason people don't like Tekken 4 for some reason. I heard people love Tekken 5, which I want to get for some... that and Tag Tournament. I want to get Tag Tournament because that looks like a really fun game. Alright, the next is Hot Shots Golf 3! And Hot Shots Golf 4! Alright, Hot Shots Golf. What do you think it is? It is golf. It's arcade-style golf. If you like golf, you will like these games. For sure. You will definitely like these games. They're basically like Sony's version of Mario Golf, pretty much. Again, I want to put more time into it. You can tell, I have a big backlog of games. And yeah, I want to get into more games. It's just, what do you think? I have Sly Cooper to finish. I got GTA to start, and a lot of games I need to get into. All right, next is Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2 in a GameStop case, and this game also doesn't work. Look at that. That is scratched to hell. I mean, literally, hell scratched this game so much that it doesn't even work. Ha! No. I'm sorry for the puns. Yeah, I'm sure it's a really fun game. It's by Activision, who did Tony Hawk. But still. The next is another Rockstar game, Smugglers Run, which is another launch title for the PS2. Said Smugglers Run is basically like Grand Theft Auto if you took out the gangs. Not the gangs, but if you took out the open, walking around a big open world. It's basically like that. You're in a buggy or a truck or like any kind of vehicle, and you basically deliver it at all costs. So delivering stuff like drugs and other kinds of stuff to gangs and basically anything associated to like the mob or cartels. And I'd say this is a really good game. I'd definitely pick if I was picking up the PlayStation 2 in 2000, I would have picked Smugglers Run over Midnight Club if I was to pick a Rockstar game. I mean, R-Star. It's Rockstar! I'm sorry. Alright, next is one of my favorite games on the system. Well, this is series. Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. And Ratchet Deadlocked. I love the Ratchet & Clank series. I'm sorry for if you couldn't tell what that was. That was just me expressing my happiness towards the Ratchet & Clank series. But I love this series. This whole series is just amazing. Like, if you were to get a PS2, I'd say go for any of these games. Deadlocked, I would say especially. This is my favorite out of the PS2 platformers, and one of my favorite games by Insomniac, who just did Spider-Man recently. And all these are really good, like excellent 3D platformers. Deadlocked is basically kind of like that, but it's like a mission-based, like arena gladiator battle But you have these two robots, and Ratchet's all roided up and ready to go. And yeah, definitely go for any of the Ratchet and Clank games if you can get your hands on them. Really, any of the PS2 platformers. Like, go for Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, or Jak and Daxter. Enough said. Alright, next is Tekken the Power of Juju, which I remember the series, this game on DS. Like, not really this game per se, but there was a Tekken game on the DS that I really liked. And this game is a 3D platformer, another 3D platformer. And yeah, and you're in a chicken suit, apparently. And yeah, I don't really have much to say because I haven't really played that much, so sorry. Alright, next is Ski-Doo Snow X Racing, another racing game. And guess what? This game also does not work. Big shocker of shockers. Ha! No. But I remember when this game worked, I liked crashing a lot. I clearly liked crashing into stuff for some reason. And then next is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. And Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Now, I would say Metal Gear Solid 2 is either this or Metal Gear Solid 5 are my favorite Metal Gear Solid games. 3 is good. I know people love 3 and like crap all over 2, but I like 2 over 3 for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because like something that I like about Metal Gear Solid 2 over 3. And again, another essential games for the PS2. I also have Sons of Liberty on the Xbox under the name Substance. This has some extra content on the Xbox version, but some more excellent games for the PS2. Next is Defender, which I think is supposed to be a remake, another remake of the arcade game. I don't think I've ever played the arcade game, so I can't tell the difference between the two. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really got nothing to say about Defender. It's basically a space dogfighting game, and what's really weird is that it has this big sticker from Movie Gallery. I don't know why. Next game. Next is Zone of the Enders, one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2 with this guy's support. What's his name? Come on, focus. There we go. Hideo Kojima produced the game. And remember when Konami actually did good stuff? Yeah, here's some good stuff. But I think everyone knows the obvious joke to make with Zone of the Enders. Oh my god, what is that? Metal Gear Solid 2 demo. Oh my god. Let me see that demo. Let me see it. Okay, so let me slow down a bit. Without me going like, oh my god. So here's Zone of the Enders. Yes, most people got Zone of the Enders for the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo. Because this game came out, I think, was it 8 months before Sons of Liberty came out. So in here, we got the manual in here, which this side is for Zone of the Enders. And then the back side, if you flip it over, is for Metal Gear Solid 2. So in the manual, there's a few pages in here for Metal Gear Solid 2, and then stuff for Zone of the Enders. And then we got the disc for Zone of the Enders, and then the disc for Metal Gear Solid 2, the demo disc. And it's basically like just the tanker mission of Metal Gear Solid 2, just in Japanese, because it says that they didn't have the English voice acting yet, so it's just the Japanese dub. Alright, the next is Final Fantasy X. And Final Fantasy X-2. Like, if I had more RPGs in this system, I'd say, like, what's another good RPG for the PlayStation 2 that isn't Final Fantasy X? I don't know. I really don't know, because what other RPGs are famous on the PlayStation 2 other than Final Fantasy X? I don't know. I still haven't played these yet. I'm going to start Final Fantasy X at some point in the near future, maybe after I'm done with this collection video. I don't know. Next is Onimusha Warlords. That's such a good title. So Onimusha is basically I think this is one of the games that came out of Resident Evil 4's development because it's supposed to be like, I think, a gameplay shift of Resident Evil, where I don't know. So basically, the gameplay is basically it's like Resident Evil, but you're the samurai and what's his name? Camera focus, stop being blurry. There we go. Right there, Samanosuke. You're basically you're Samanosuke, the samurai. Basically, have to go get a princess from an evil demon. And the gameplay is very, very much like Resident Evil with the tank controls and the cameras. But it doesn't get in the way of the game because the gameplay is really good. Like the melee combat is surprisingly really fun to do, even though there's not a lot of demons to slay. All right, next is Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Because apparently the guy doesn't do it in the game. I don't know why, but Resident Evil Code Veronica X is, I think it's supposed to be a port of the Dreamcast version of Resident Evil Code Veronica. And it also has a demo disc for Devil May Cry for Resident Evil's 5th anniversary. I mean, who celebrates their 5th anniversary? Oh, apparently Devil May Cry does as well. So yeah, I don't know what exactly the differences are between Code Veronica X and the original on the Dreamcast. So in here is the Devil May Cry demo disc, and then here's the disc for Code Veronica X. Another really good game. Want to get into it some more. And next is SSX and SSX on Tour. We're starting to get down to the end of this collection video. So SSX is one of my favorite games on the PS2. I know I've said that a few times, but really, this is one of my favorite games on the PS2. On Tour, I haven't played this yet, but so far I think it's starting to go more like Tony Hawk type of stuff with SSX, which is kind of interesting, but I'd say go for this. I would say the original SSX is the best one. I'd say Tricky is my favorite so far, but another excellent game. Another excellent launch title for the PlayStation 2. Alright, and then the last PlayStation 2 game that I have is Soul Calibur 2. One of my favorite fighting games. And in this series is quickly becoming one of my favorite fighting game series because I have Soul Calibur 4 and 5 on the PS3. And I'd say it's probably still one of the best ones. So, Soul Calibur 2 is I do have every version of this game. I have the GameCube version and the Xbox version, and obviously this one. So, this one has Heihachi from the Tekken games as a guest character. And yes, it's a weapon-based fighting game. And it's an excellent weapon-based fighting game. Really, there's really nothing like it. Alright, so then, just like with not Devil May Cry, Resident Evil and, what was the other one? What's not Tekken 4? Zone of the Enders. This one also has a demo disc. It's a Namco Transmission demo disc. It has, the actual disc for the game. Okay. Another excellent game. I wouldn't say, I'd say the Xbox version, I think, is the best version to get. It's also the cheapest one to get as well. So yeah, that is my entire PlayStation 2 collection. Sorry I don't have any of the rare games like Rule of Rose or Kuon, but I don't want to destroy my wallet. So yeah, that is it. So thank you all for watching the video, and please comment, like, and subscribe. And next video is, I think, going to be my Wii collection. So shock the world and us, amiibros. Goodbye.